Good morning, sports investors. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. I'm your host, three-time Las Vegas Sporting News handicapping champion. I'm Jerry Handel. In the studio, I got Bobby Edwards. Bobby is our underdog king and biggie specialist. Bobby is on fire, bringing a big underdog winner last week. NC State on the money line against Florida State, plus $3.44. Forget the 11 points. They won the whole game outright and paid 3.5 to 1 odds. Bobby's on fire with his underdogs, and we're going to hear from Bobby about his big underdog for today. But before we get to the show, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and give us a call. It is Saturday, September 30th. It is time to start making some money. We're about 4 weeks into the season now. You've been listening to us for a month already, or a couple of years, or whatever the case may be. Call us right now. I have 3 free winners for today. All callers are going to get absolutely free Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, and Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. 6-0 free just for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-Man is the number. Give us a call right now. 1-888-484-4626 is the number. Give us a call right now for 6 free winners. You can also listen to the show in its entirety on the website. Go to www.jerrywins.com. You can listen to the show in its entirety. www.jerrywins.com. Also, we're going to run a couple of specials that have been very, very popular. The $3.99 special. If you're a small player and you just want to get your feet wet, call up and ask for the $3.99 special. We'll take care of you, get you on a $3.99 special. For $399, you will get 1 month of service of football. We'll throw the rest of the baseball season in for free, but that's a month of service for $399. If you're a $100 better, $200 better, that's a great program for you. Also, the bankroll games. Those are our best plays. If you want to get the $80,000 bankroll games, use code 777 when you call in. You'll speak to me or Bobby, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. Code 777, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. I'll explain the bankroll games a little later on, but for quickly, the bankroll games are our best plays. They're the games that we're playing. Those are the games that we're getting the big information on. Those are the games that we play the big money on. And what we'll do is we'll make 8 times your money this weekend. They're called the $80,000 bankroll games because normally you turn $10,000 into $80,000 on 3 games. I'll explain how that's done in a little bit. But if you have as little as $1,000 to play with, you can get on the bankroll games this week. It's been going over very popular, $1,000 bankroll. So if you want to turn $1,000 into $8,000 this weekend, just use code 777 when you call in, and you'll speak to me or Bobby, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. Bobby, it's nice to have you back on the show finally. A couple of weeks in a row with the hurricane down there in Florida. How's everything going?
It's fantastic, Jerry. Thanks for being back in the studio. Yeah, Florida was a mess. I was down there. My mom happens to live down there in Southwest Florida, so I went down there to grab a chainsaw and put up some shutters. So you don't get to do that much in New York and Vegas, but everything went pretty well. A lot of parts of Florida are pretty mangled up. Don't plan on doing any Key Westing in the near future. And poor Puerto Ricans, those people are devastated. So yeah,
oh my God, yeah,
crazy month of hurricanes. Houston, Florida, Puerto Rico, terrible. So, from all of this destruction, we have to say that there have, been some teams that have definitely stepped up. You've seen some, teams in the NFL and the pros. J.J. Watt, he went out there to try and, get $200,000 in donations. He wound up getting about $15 million in donations. I think that was the number, or maybe even more.
Huge.
So it was a big number, but. We're gonna talk a little about the NFL later on, about all the discussions about the teams and not standing up for the flag and the anthem, and it's a big mess in the NFL. And whether you like Trump or not, I think he has a point. So but the politics in sports, we don't like to get involved in politics. Jerry and I are into politics, but we don't like when it bleeds into sports.
No,
sports are meant to it's entertainment. We don't want the NFL guys.
Shut up and play football.
Yeah, I mean, basically shut up and play football. It's just like when you see movie stars and they're collecting their Emmys and their Academy Awards, and they always have something to say about politics, and everybody's bashing Trump. I mean, you know what? The guy's the president of the United States. Whether you like him or not, you respect the office.
The office, yeah.
If you were in Russia or China and you were making these kind of moves, we would never hear from you again. So, again, it's the president. You might not agree with the guy, but
respect the office.
Respect the office. It's as simple as that. I mean, Jerry and I are both Republicans, but at the end of the day,
we're Americans.
We're Americans, and we love football. Football is king, but when politics bleeds into it, it's no fun. You want to have fun. I mean, that's why we get involved in what we're doing. Yeah. All right, we're making money on these athletes, so we kind of need these guys to play and play hard and keep their mind into the game. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, I don't want to say gambling is everything, but there's billions of dollars that are spent every weekend on gambling. People are betting on sports. So will it affect the outcome of a game? I don't know. I don't know how mentally these guys are. Are they 100% when they're going out there, or do they have their political views on their mind? And that's again something that we're never going to know about. But what we know is today is Saturday. There's a ton of college football games. Tomorrow there's pro football. We're going to be making money, and people that have been listening to the show, they've been making the call. I mean, it's pretty simple, Jerry. I mean, we do the show. People listen to the show. And, a lot of people call. They say the same thing. Bobby, I've been listening to the show for 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 years. Yep. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to try, to bet on sports and to make some money at it. And you might as well. I mean, with all the controversy, you might as well, get something out of it. Instead of 3 hours of controversy and some entertainment value, why not make some money on these guys? I mean, that's what we do. We look at it like these athletes, are helping us make money. So do what we do.
Like the stocks going up and down makes you money in the stock market. These football scores, the final scores, make us money based on the final scores.
And this is way more exciting, in my opinion, than watching the market. So we're not saying don't have money in the market. We're not saying don't buy real estate. I mean, you should be involved in all that. But, betting on sports, let's face it, folks, for 2 or 3 hours, you watch the game, you make yourself a couple of $1,000, $15,000, $10,000, $500, whatever the number is, you're giving yourself an opportunity to win when you bet with us. It's that simple. That's why we do this show. Jerry and I could sit back. I could stay in Vegas and bet these games. Jerry can fly out to Vegas every now and then. He can stay in New York and bet $100,000 on a game. Yeah. But, we're sharing our knowledge with the public for you to make money on these games. Obviously, we get paid to do that. But, again, you can come on board for a month, a week, a couple of games, whatever's best for you. We will customize a program for you. If you're interested in making money on betting on sports, this is an infomercial to get you involved. 888-484-4626.
Yeah, and for you guys that are listening to the first time for this show, this is an hour-long show on how to make money betting on sports, similar to how your stockbroker, he'll tell you what stocks to buy and sell. We tell you what games to bet on. And I've been doing this since 1984. Bobby's been in the business since 1988, so we have a little bit of expertise in this, and we know what we're doing. So, again, you want to call us and get some games. Our free picks were 2-1 last weekend. We're hitting about 68% on our free picks. We had Navy winner, Notre Dame winner, Vanderbilt lost. They crapped the bet against Alabama, but we hit 2 out of 3 games on Saturday, which we hit every Saturday, 2 out of 3 on the free picks. So just for calling, I'm going to give you 2 out of 3 winners on an average. You're going to get the Syracuse NC State game, Marshall Cincinnati, and Mississippi Alabama. But the main thing is you want the $80,000 bankroll games, and I'm going to explain the $80,000 bankroll games to you folks. You call 888-484-4626. That's the phone number. Operators are standing by to take your name and number. If you want the bankroll games, you're going to say code 777, or you're going to just ask for the bankroll games. The girl's going to take your name and number, and she's going to pass your name on to me or Bobby. All right? This show was recorded earlier this morning, so when you're listening to us, we're able to answer the phone at the same time because the show was taped an hour ago. All right? So you're able to talk to me and Bobby at the same time as you're listening to us. But anyway, the girl's going to take your name and number, and we're going to explain the bankroll games to you. And the bankroll games are simple. They're our best games. They're the games that Bobby and I are betting on. Those are the inside information games. Those are the games that you want to be on. Anyway, they're called the $80,000 bankroll games because initially you needed an investment of $10,000 to get started. And we would turn $10,000 into $80,000 in 3 games. The first game you would bet $10,000 on. Last week, the first game was Miami of Florida. You would add $10,000 on them. and they win the game 52-30. So now you got $20,000 in your account. You bet $20,000 on Washington, minus 11.5 over Colorado. They win 37-10. And then Sunday night, you bet $40,000 on the Redskins, plus 3. And that turns in 40 into 80. So in 3 games, you've turned 10,000 into 80,000 on 3 games. So basically, if you want to do that, use code 777 when you call in. But Bobby, we're going to run a special again because the $1,000 special's been doing real well. So if the customers have as little as $1,000 to play with, we'll turn that into $8,000. So this way, it's 1/10 of what you normally need. $1,000 into $8,000. If you want to turn $2,500 into $20,000, that's fine. $5,000 will turn into $40,000. Whatever you want to make, you just let us know. Use code 777 when you call in. 888-484-4626 is the number. Give us a call and ask for the bankroll games, or just use code 777. And Bobby, you don't have to have a lot of money to play. I mean, how many guys we sign up that bet $100, $200, they win some money, and then they go on to the bankroll games. For $3.99, you get a month of service. That's not bad. That's $12 a day.
And if I'm listening to the show, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Let me get a good idea of how good these guys are. For $399, you're getting 30 days. You'll get about a game a day. That's what it breaks down to. Right. Football season, there's games Monday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, you're going to get a couple of games. Sunday, you'll get a couple of games. So like I said, you're going to get about a game a day for 30 days. So that's 30 games. Let's say out of 30 games, we hit 20 and 10. That's 66%. That's 10 net winners. If you're betting $200 a game, that's $2,000 that you'll walk away with, give or take some juice. You paid $400. You're looking at you're profiting about $1,500 net. That's good money. If you do that every month, $1,500, and that's just betting a couple of $100 a game. That's not crazy, stupid money. Maybe that pays your mortgage. But again, it's out there. You can bet more on the game. Bet whatever you want on the games. But with 30 days, you're getting a good snapshot of how well we're going to do. Anybody can win 1 or 2 games, like when we offer our free games. People call up and say, "Oh, Bobby, just give me the free games, and if you hit those, I'll sign up." Really, you're going to judge me on 3 free games? So if I go 2-1, you're convinced that we're good. We're on radio for 10 years. That should be convincing enough that we know what we're talking about. Because if we stunk, we wouldn't be on radio. People would complain. They would call the radio show and say, "Hey, these guys suck." So obviously we're doing something right. We don't win every game. We're not sitting here saying, it's 100%. That's ridiculous. Nobody can hit 100%. No. But our $80,000 bankroll games, that's not only my pick. That's mine and Jerry's and about 4 or 5 other professional handicappers that all agree on one game. So your chances of winning those games increase greatly because you're just not getting what I think is a good game. Yeah. Now, on our daily picks, you're getting my game that I like on a nightly basis. Same thing with Jerry. Those games are hitting about 2 out of 3. If you think that's good, which how could you not? I mean, most people, if they bet 3 games, they're probably going to go 1 and 2. I mean, the public doesn't win. We know what the public does. Just look at Vegas. It's gone from a desert to, one of the biggest cities on the West Coast. So people are making money. When they call us, they're not getting rich, although you can have an opportunity to make a lot of money.
Speaking of the public not winning, last weekend, folks, this is what the public bet on NFL. The public was all over Cleveland, loser. The public was all over Pittsburgh, about 80%. The Bears beat them outright. The public was all over the Dolphins. The Jets killed them. The public was all over Denver, -3 on the road, only 3. Buffalo killed them. The public was all over the Patriots. We had the Patriots, too. We lost that game. We were stuck with the public. The public was all over the Panthers. The public was all over the Buccaneers. The public was all over. They did win the Falcon game a little bit. They were all over the Eagles. They lost the Eagles game. The Eagles won, but they didn't cover. And so on and so forth. The public lost about 4 out of 5 games that they bet heavy this past weekend.
And talk about home underdogs, Jerry. Last weekend was incredible. I'll even say Jacksonville, even though they played in London, was considered the home team. Baltimore was -3. Right. Jacksonville crushed them. There's always, when they go to London, there's a home team and an away team. Jacksonville happened to be the home team. But that's a different scenario. But let's look at some of the home underdogs, right? Indianapolis was +1, give or take. How about the Bears, +7, winner outright. Jets at home, +5, winner outright. Buffalo at home, +3, winner outright. Minnesota, +2.5, winner outright. I mean, it was a great dog day, home dog.
Detroit should have won.
Yeah, and Detroit should have won. They got screwed at the end. I mean, that was a touchdown that they called back. Washington Redskins, last Sunday night we had them, +3, home dog, winner. So that's rare that you see that many home dogs.
One home dog loss was the Chargers, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So it was crazy. There was a lot. I mean, you rarely see 5 or 6 home dogs. Well, first of all, you don't see a lot of home dogs in the NFL anyway. Normally the Jets would be favored by 3 at home against the Dolphins, not getting 5 or 6. So, there was some pretty crazy lines. Even Buffalo at home against Denver, Buffalo could have been a -2 or 3. They were getting 3. So a lot of home dogs. You don't see a lot of home dogs often in the NFL, but get used to that. It's called parity. And the NFL has a lot of parity. When New England's laying 2 touchdowns and they could barely beat Houston at home, they should have crushed that team. When they were up 28-21, you would have thought that's the end of it. Brady's going to throw a couple more touchdowns. They're going to win 45-21. They let Houston hang around. So they got lucky to win that game. One of our losses, it's going to happen. It seems like when we take the Patriots, they don't cover for us. But, there's a lot of teams out there that cover, and that's our job, is to analyze these games and look at which teams, cover the spread. That's what we care about. We don't care what team it is. Right. My Jets covered. They won outright, good for them. They're 1-2. But listen, folks, there's a lot of great games today, a lot of great college action. So pick up the phone, 888-484-4626.
All right, we're going to take a break. But before we do, I want all listeners to pick up the phone. It is Saturday, September 30th. It's 4 weeks into the season. It's time to give us a call and start making some money. Our free picks are hitting about 67%. Last Saturday, our free picks were Navy winner, Notre Dame winner, Vanderbilt, not so good. But we hit 2 out of 3 games last Saturday. Just for calling, everybody got 3 free picks. Give us a call right now for 6 free picks. 3 for today, 3 for tomorrow. All callers are going to get Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, and Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. 6-0 free just for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN is the number. Give us a call right now for 6 free winners. 1-888-484-4626. Write the number down. If you can't call us now, call us later. We're here all day. Operators are standing by. You could also listen to this radio show in its entirety. You can go to www.jerrywins.com. www.jerrywins.com, and you can listen to this radio show in its entirety on the website, jerrywins.com. Also, we got a couple of great specials, $3.99 for the month. Just ask for the $3.99 special when you call in. Operators are standing by, and one of my consultants will sign you up for the $3.99 special, and you'll get a whole month of service for $399. That's about a game a day. I'll throw the rest of the baseball season in for free when you pay for the football. So you got baseball and football for 1 month for $399. That's less than $10 a day. And also the $80,000 bankroll games. If you have as little as $1,000 to play with, use code 777 when you call in, and you'll be able to get on the bankroll games. In that case, you'll speak to me or Bobby, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. Now, here's the guarantee, folks. I will guarantee 3-0 on the bankroll games. I must win all 3 bankroll games, or I will work the rest of the season on bankroll games for free. So again, use code 777 when you call in. That'll get you on the bankroll games. Me or Bobby will answer your call back, and we'll explain how to get on the bankroll games, and we'll make you a ton of money on the bankroll games. Get a wheelbarrow, because you're going to need it to carry the money. Again, code 777 when you call 1-888-484-G-MAN. 1-888-484-4626. You're listening to the Sports Advisors. We'll be right back.
Only one has ever won the Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge more than once. His name is Jerry Hendel, and he has won it 3 times. Not once, but 3 times. No one else has ever done that. Jerry Handel is America's best. And right now he's going to show you how strong his information is and what has made him a winner. He will give you absolutely free a selection on one of this weekend's games. Get it by calling 888-484-4626. There's no obligation, no cost, no bull. It's free. Even the call is free. 888-484-4626. Get your free selection with absolutely no cost or obligation from America's best. Again, the only three-time winner of the Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge, Jerry Handel. 888-484-4626 and 888-484-4626. Call Jerry now and start winning ways with Jerry Handel.
Hello, this is Bobby Edwards getting back to you from the Sports Advisors. We have been on fire since week one, and I want everybody to pick up the phone and call us. I have a big underdog that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be one of my best underdogs of the year. You're going to pick up the phone and call us at 888-484-4626. That's 888-484-4626. My underdogs right now are hitting 65%. If you're out there and you're losing on your own, all you need to do again is pick up the phone. I'll have a big underdog tonight, and I can tell you right now, this is an underdog that's going to win outright. Pick up the phone and call us, 888-484-4626. But make sure you do yourselves a favor. If you're gambling on your own and you're not making any money, pick up the phone, 888-484-4626. I have a huge underdog that I'm looking at tonight that's going to win outright, 888-484-4626.
I'm World Handicapping Champion Jerry Handel, and folks, I have a game that won't lose today. So what I want you to do is this. I have my two-team parlay of the year going off today. I want you to pick up the phone, give us a call, 1-888-484-G-MAN. That's 1-888-484-4626, 1-888-484-G-MAN. I will give you my two-team parlay absolutely free, 1-888-484-G-MAN.
And we're back. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. In case you just joined us, I'm your host, three-time Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Champion. I'm Jerry Handel. I'm joined in the studio by Bobby Edwards. Bobby is our underdog king and Big E specialist. Bobby is on fire with big underdog winners. Last week, he said right here on the show that he had an underdog, double-digit dog that would win outright. And there he goes with North Carolina State over Florida State. 11-point underdog that was paid back 3.5 to 1 odds on your money. So in other words, if you bet $1,000 on NC State on the money line, you got back $3,444. What a payback. Bobby is on fire with his underdogs, and he's got another big underdog winner for today. But before we get to the show, let's all give out the free games right now. I want all listeners to pick up the phone and call us now. Don't wait till later. Call us now. I have 3 free winners for right now for you. All callers right now are going to get Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, and Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. That's 6-0 free for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN is the number. 1-888-484-4626 is the number. Call us right now for 6 free winners. Right now, at your fingertips, operators are standing by. 6 free winners just for calling 888-484-4626. Now, if you want to listen to the show in its entirety, we're in our second section of the show. So if you missed the first section, go to the website and listen to it right now. You can listen to the entire show at www.jerrywins.com. The show is up right now at www.jerrywins.com. Once again, www.jerrywins.com. Go listen to the show in its entirety right now. Also, we got a couple of great specials. $3.99 for the month. A whole month of football for $399. I'll throw the rest of the baseball season for free with that. So again, for a whole month of service, baseball and football, that's less than $15 a day. $399 for 30 days comes out to like between $12 and $13 a day. Okay, you will get 1 month of service. You can't even buy a coffee and a Bialy for that price in a newspaper. So again, Call us right now, $3.99 for a month. You'll get a month of our football service. We'll throw the baseball season in for free. Also, we have this special on the bankroll games. For if you have as little as $1,000 to play with, I'll turn that into $8,000. $2,500, we'll turn it to $20,000. $10,000, we'll turn it to $80,000. Whatever you have to play with, I'll make you 8 times your money. Just ask for the bankroll games when you're calling, or just use code 777 when you call us at 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-Man. Operators are standing by. Use code 777. You'll speak to me or Bobby. We'll get you on the bankroll games. Code 777. Get you on the bankroll games at 1-888-484-4626. Bobby, I still can't get over that NC State game. I know Florida State had a lot with the hurricane and everything, but wow, that was unbelievable that they won the game outright, that you had the nerve to say bet them on the money line.
Well, NC State's a pretty good team, and they play Florida State harder all the time, and Florida State lost their starting quarterback week 1. So, they're still kind of reeling from this hurricane.
But nobody had money line on that game except you.
Not at all. I mean, the odds makers put out $3.44 for every
and an
dollar.
11-point spread.
Yeah, which was too much. I thought NC State should be maybe getting a touchdown. When I saw 11 and then I saw the money line, I mean, let's face it, folks. I mean, sometimes you got to take a shot with something, but I didn't think that was a big risk. You got to look at these games and you got to look at the teams and the potential for an underdog to win outright. It doesn't happen every underdog. I mean, most underdogs, let's face it, they don't cover. I mean, the underdogs cover like 48% of the time. But when you have a team like NC State, playing Florida State, I know has been banged up. They've had a lot of, internal issues, as far as, the team goes now, trying to find the right quarterback to start. But NC State's, again, they play them hard every year. And I thought they were ripe for the pickings, ripe to beat Florida State outright. So I'm going to have something like that today also. Another plus 300 at least, an underdog that's going to win outright. So, if you're interested in, me dazzling you, I can do that. Now, again, a win is a win no matter how pretty it is. But to be able to bet an underdog to win outright and make extra money, think about it. Put $1,000 on that game, you make back $3,444. That's a hell of a score. That's like winning 3 straight games and betting $1,000 on each plus. So listen, if you're interested in making money on these games, regardless if it's an underdog winning outright or a 30-point favorite blowout, we have what you need. But you got to get involved. You got to make the call. You got to come on board. I mean, when you pick up the phone and dial it, somebody's going to, pick up the phone and answer it. So it's not a recorded message. We're not leaving games on the machine. You're going to speak to a live person. They're going to take your name and number. Somebody's going to call you back to explain the program. So again, don't hang up. A lot of people call and they hang up. We're telling you, don't hang up. Somebody's going to call you back to explain the program. We're not going to just blurt out a bunch of games on an answering machine or a voicemail. That's not how we do business here. We want to talk to you, figure out what kind of play you are, what kind of money you want to put into this.
Money.
Yeah, manage it. There's a lot that goes into this, but it's not a lengthy conversation. The whole thing from start to finish might take an hour as far as calling us, getting the information, getting a place to bet the game, paying us from soup to nuts. You'll be ready to go. So, and we're here all day, so you don't have to necessarily call us, this second, but, try and call us before the game goes off. The game starts at 12 o'clock Eastern time, and they go till 10 o'clock at night. So, whether you're in Buffalo listening to the show, or Sacramento, or Reno, or Kansas City, Cincinnati, Vegas, wherever it is, call us up. We'll explain to you the program, and we'll start making you some money. 888-484-4626 is the number. College football today. We still got baseball during the week. We got NFL. A lot of things to talk about on the show. But the one thing that we always discuss is treating gambling like a business. I mean, if anything, if you can treat this like a business where you're not a degenerate and, you're not, going into little Johnny's college fund to bet on sports. If you have the money to do it, this is a great, fun way to make yourself some money. And there's millions of people that bet, Jerry. We know that. The numbers are staggering how much, is wagering on any given weekend. Billions of dollars. The Super Bowl last year was like $70 billion online, in Vegas, in Reno, local bookies.
It's crazy.
It's a big number. So it's a lot of people out there that gamble on sports. We talk to a small percentage of people. So people are out there betting on the games. I bet you 20% of the people that go to games have action on it. They're probably not winning. That's just how it is. It's tough to sit down on a Saturday and break open the newspaper and pick a game. But if you want somebody to handle that for you, that's what we're here to do. 888-484-4626. People are making money. When we have a guest on the show, it's a real-life person. It's not a cousin or a neighbor or an employee. It's somebody that's made money with us. Not everybody wants to come on the show, and we don't have time to have a lot of people on the show because we want to get through to people what we're trying to get people to do here. So 888-484-4626. A lot of great games today. Don't miss out. Saturday blowouts today. There's going to be plenty of them. And like I said, I got a nice underdog on the money line. It's going to pay back about $300 for every 100 you bet. You're only going to know that if you're the first 100 callers. Pick up the phone.
And for those of you that are listening to us for the first time, this is an hour-long show on how to make money betting on sports. For instance, if you're listening to this show for the first time, you may have a stockbroker that advises you on what stocks to buy or sell. And, that's great. That guy's got, years and years of experience in the stock market, hopefully anyway, if you're hiring him. That guy's advising you on stocks, on the rise and fall of stocks. We're advising you on what football games are going to win and what spread they're going to cover. So that's what we do. We tell you what to bet on. And we do this based on a lot of years of expertise. I've been doing this for, 33 years. Bobby's been in the business for a long time as well, since 1988. So we both been in the business for over 30 years. But anyway, as your stockbroker tells you what stocks to buy, we tell you which games to bet on, and we do it based on information. We have a couple of different packages. We have the $3.99 special where you're getting a game a day and you're getting a game that you're getting our best guess on. And, we sit there and we try our best to win for you. Also, you got the bankroll games. Those are the games that we get inside information on. Those are the games that we bet the big money on. And those are the games that you could double up your money 3 times on and really go for the bankroll. In other words, they're called the $80,000 bankroll games because initially, when we started the program in 1999, you needed to have at least 10 grand to bet on. And you would turn 10,000 into 80,000 in 3 games. And it's real simple. You would bet 10,000 on the first game today. There's an early game today. You would bet 10,000 on it, turn that into 20,000. Then tonight there'd be a second game. You'll turn 20 into 40 tonight. And then tomorrow in the NFL, you're going to turn 40 into 80. So in 3 games and a little over 24 hours, you're going to turn 10 into 20, 20 into 40, 40 into 80, or 10,000 into 80,000. You're going to make 8 times your money. All you got to do that is use code 777 when you call in. Use code 777 when you call in, and we'll make you 8 times your money this weekend on whatever you want to make. Whether you want to turn 1,000 into 8,000, that's fine. You want to turn 2,000 into 16,000, that's fine. You want to turn 5 into 40, that's fine. Or even 10 into 80, that's fine too. But you will make 8 times your money this weekend when you call us. Use code 777 at 888-484-G-MAN, 888-484-4626, 888-484-G-MAN is the number. Give us a call. Use code 777 for the bankroll games, and you'll speak to me, or you'll speak to Bobby, or you'll speak to Chris. But one of us will get you on the bankroll games, and just use code 777. And as I said before, if you don't want the bankroll games, Bobby, you don't have to be a huge bettor. You can bet $100, $200 a game. Just ask for the $3.99 special, and we'll get you on a $3.99 special. You bet $100, $200 a game, have some fun with it, and you could just, bet the smaller plays and make money with it, and you don't have to go so crazy.
Well, what a lot of people do, Jerry, and I think this is a good idea, is you come on board for the month, you make some money, you build your bankroll, build enough money to play, the $80,000 bankrolls at $1,000 to start with. So, listen, you come on board for, the daily picks, whether they're mine or Jerry's or somebody else's in the office, and then you build yourself a little bankroll and you use that money to get involved in the $80,000 bankroll games. A lot of guys do that. They just reinvest $1,000 after they've made $1,000, and now you give yourself an opportunity to go 1,000 into 8 with 3 straight plays. And there's a difference between just my daily picks and Jerry's daily picks and him and I agreeing on the same game. So again, it's not just 2 guys. It's probably about 5 guys that we confide in that we all agree that, hey, you know what? This should be a great winner. Washington minus the points at Colorado. They should crush that team. Washington last Sunday night at home as an underdog against the Raiders. The Raiders got to go from West Coast to East Coast. When they do that, they only win about 39% of the time. This was a the perfect opportunity
and they're
for
a 3-point favorite.
Right. So Washington is a home underdog. They cover well. They play well against AFC West teams. I mean, these are the stats that you have to look at. Even if you're just a handicapper, look at how Oakland does against the NFC East. They're terrible. Look at how they do when they have to go West Coast to East Coast. They're terrible, especially at night. So and late at night, the Raider guys were shot. They they had to play a football game at 8 o'clock. Even though it's 5 o'clock their time, mentally, physically, they're not ready to play. They're usually done. So these are opportunities. These are things that you have to look at. When you pick these games and you give them out to your clients. I mean, listen, we want you to win every single game. There's no two ways about it. We don't give you a game unless we love the game. And again, you're not going to win every game. It's impossible.
No.
But we try to string together 3 straight winners. We try to win for all our smaller players on a daily basis. And it's about money management. And sometimes it doesn't happen. So you got to stick in there, stay in there, be positive.
Bobby,
look at this with an open mind.
We laid an egg on the 1 o'clock games on Saturday. We had a very rare bad day.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
We had the Panthers and what was the other one?
Nobody likes to.
The Lions
Detroit
should have won.
They hurt us.
We lose the Lions on the last play of the game.
Should have won that one. I mean, and then you had Eastern Michigan took a couple of overtimes. They finally lost. They didn't cover. But listen, we're admitting our losses. We're not winning every single game. No. I mean, it's impossible. But a lot of people have made a lot of money. You're going to take a shot. That's the bottom line. You're taking a shot. Okay, but you're taking a shot with 2 guys that have done this for over 50 years. So you got a better chance at winning with us than you do on your own. And a lot of people have made a lot of money. I mean, you've heard every week we have somebody different on the show. So take advantage of our knowledge. Okay, even after a sluggish weekend last week,
we're still able to come back with the Redskins Sunday night.
Yeah, listen, there's always a winner out there, and we're going to get it. We're not going to end the weekend until we make money.
Right.
This weekend's going to be different. We're going to hit every single game from start to finish. All right, and anybody who comes on board this weekend is going to be, I'm telling you, they're going to be outrageously, big as far as their bankroll goes. I know that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. They're going to be happy by the end of the weekend. 888-484-4626.
Okay, and folks, we're going to have a couple of guests on the show as well. We're going to have Chris on the show. He's a handicapper to the handicappers, and he's a guy that watches over the handicappers and how well
he monitors handicappers like us.
Yeah, he monitors
probably a couple hundred of us, right?
Yeah, he monitors guys like us.
Guys like us.
We want you to get on the bankroll games, Bobby. The bankroll games are our best games.
That's your best opportunity.
Those are the games that we want people on. And if you have as little as $1,000 to play with, almost everybody should get on these bankroll games at this point. Because the bankroll games are the games that we guarantee. In other words, I'm going to guarantee. Hey, Bobby, when was the last time I guaranteed 3-0? I worked the rest of the season free.
No, that's.
I don't give a ham sandwich away for free.
There was a client that asked me, like, Bobby, I mean, it almost sounds like it's better off if you go 2-1. I know I'm going to lose a couple of $1,000 if I give you $1,000 and I put $1,000 online. But you know what? You're going to get $10,000 worth of season. I mean, service. Yeah. I mean, if you had to ask me for the season today, from now until the Super Bowl, it would be $10,000. Okay, but you'll make $30,000 or $40,000. Yep. And I'll put a guarantee on that. So I mean, I do. I tell people, you want to pay me for the season? It's $10,000. If I don't make you at least $40,000 between now and the Super Bowl, you get basketball season for free. So it's basically all of February, all of March, all of April, and all of May into June for $0. If you don't make $40,000 on a $10,000 investment, that's real money that you're going to make. And if I don't make it, let's say you only make $20,000, well, you doubled your money, and now you're getting a lot of service on us. So there's a deal for everything you want. You just have to call us up and let us make the deal with you. And to me, a good deal, Jerry, is if you're happy and I'm happy, that's a good deal. Yeah. All right? It's not just for me. 888-484-4626. I'm pumping out that number. Make the call.
All right. That concludes this segment of the show, and we're going to have our last segment in a couple of minutes. But before we do have the last segment, we're going to take a quick break. But before we take our break, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and call us right now. I'm going to give away 3 free winners today and 3 for tomorrow. All callers are going to get absolutely free Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. 6-0 free just for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN. 1-888-484-4626 is the number. Call us right now for 6 free winners. And if you're one of the first 100 callers, you're going to get Bobby's Big Underdog winner for free. So that's 7 winners. But you got to call us right this second. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN is the number. Call us right now. You also got the $3.99 special. Just ask for it. $399 gets you a month of service. You'll get a month of football, plus the rest of the baseball season free. Just ask for the $399 special, and you will get that. You'll speak to me, Bobby, or one of the consultants, and we'll get you on the $399 special. And last but not least, the bankroll games. If you want the $80,000 bankroll games and you want to make 8 times your money guaranteed, or I work the rest of the season free, just ask for the $80,000 bankroll games, or just say code 777 when you call in, and you'll speak to me or Bobby or Chris, and we'll get you on the bankroll games. Code 777, and you're going to get the bankroll games. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN is the number. Give us a call for the bankroll games, code 777. And last but not least, if you want to get on the, if you want to listen to the radio show in its entirety, you could listen to us at www.jerrywins.com. Go to www.jerrywins.com. You can listen to the radio show in its entirety right now, www.jerrywins.com. Once again, folks, 888-484-G-MAN, 888-484-4626 is the number. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, and we'll be right back.
I'm World Handicapping Champion Jerry Hendel, and folks, I have a game that won't lose today. So what I want you to do is this. I have my 2-team parlay of the year going off today. I want you to pick up the phone, give us a call, 1-888-484-G-MAN. That's 1-888-484-4626, 1-888-484-G-MAN. I will give you my 2-team parlay absolutely free, 1-888-484-G-MAN.
Folks, you have got to stop. Stop listening to your brother-in-law, your bartender, whomever is giving you game information. You know it's not working. You've got to pick up the phone and call Jerry Hendel. He is America's only 3-time winner of the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Championship. He has over 100 years' experience in his office of producing winning information, thousands of dollars in software that catalogs and stores information on games, and solid nationwide sources with weekly updated game information. So call him now and get a free selection on tonight's game, simply to prove to you how powerful their game information is. That's right, it's free. 888-484-4626. The number again, 888-484-4626. So get serious and get this free pick from Jerry Hendel, America's only 3-time winner of the Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Challenge. Absolutely free, no cost or obligation. 888-484-4626. 888-484-4626.
Hang on. That's and Company will return.
Hello, this is Bobby Edwards getting back to you from the Sports Advisors. We have been on fire since week 1, and I want everybody to pick up the phone and call us. I have a big underdog that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be one of my best underdogs of the year. You're going to pick up the phone and call us at 888-484-4626. That's 888-484-4626. My underdogs right now are hitting 65%. If you're out there and you're losing on your own, all you need to do again is pick up the phone. I'll have a big underdog tonight. And I can tell you right now, this is an underdog that's going to win outright. Pick up the phone and call us, 888-484-4626. But make sure you do yourselves a favor. If you're gambling on your own and you're not making any money, pick up the phone, 888-484-4626. I have a huge underdog that I'm looking at tonight that's going to win outright, 888-484-4626.
And we're back. You're listening to the Sports Advisors, the nation's #1 sports investment firm. In case you just joined us, I'm your host, 3-time Las Vegas Sporting News Handicapping Champion. I'm Jerry Hendel. I'm joined in the studio by Bobby Edwards. Bobby is our underdog king and Big E specialist. Also by telephone, I'm joined by Chris Long. Chris is our handicapper to the handicappers. He keeps his eye on all the handicappers and how well or how well not they're doing. And we'll hear from Chris and we'll hear from Bobby in a little while. But before we get to the show, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and call us right now. I have 3 free winners for today. All callers are going to get absolutely free today. The winner of Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, and Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. That's 6-0 for free just for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN is the number. 1-888-484-4626 is the number. Give us a call right now for 6 free winners. Again, once more, 888-484-G-MAN, 888-484-4626. Now, you could also listen to this show in its entirety. If you missed any part of the show, you could listen to the first 2 segments on the website. Go to www.jerrywins.com, www.jerrywins.com, and you can listen to the radio show in its entirety, www.jerrywins.com. Also, the $80,000 bankroll games, we still got the $1,000 special. All you need to do is ask for the $1,000 special, and I'll turn 1,000 into 8,000. I'll turn 5,000 into 40,000. I'll turn 10,000 into 80,000. Whatever you want to make, I will make you 8 times your money. All you got to do is use code 777 when you call in, and you'll get our bankroll games. Again, code 777 when you call in at 888-484-4626. Again, code 777, 888-484-G-MAN is the number. And last but not least, you got the $399 special. For $399, you're going to get 1 month of service. For $399, I will give you a month of service in football, and you'll get the rest of the baseball season for free with that. Again, just ask for the $399 special, and we'll get you on a month of service. Again, you have to ask for it, though. Operators are standing by. $399 for a month of service, or the bankroll games. Use code 777. Anything that you want, you got to ask for it. It's there for the taking. Operators are standing by. 1-888-484-4626. 1-888-484-G-MAN is the number. Give us a call right now, and let's start winning today. Speaking of winning, we got Chris Long on the phone. Chris, how's the weather down there in sunny Florida? The hurricane, I guess, is through.
Oh, yeah, it's hot as you can imagine. I mean, I got a chance to know Bobby Edwards came back to the studio, so we kind of flip-flop positions. I was down here just checking on a vacation property they got here down on the Key, and it looks okay. So we got minimal damage, so I'm happy about that. I got that done, and also I heard of a group of Russians out in Sunny Isles that were just killing it, and I just had to go, have a meeting with them and sit down and talk. I always like to have the best sources around there, and the good thing with our place is you don't have to pay for an individual package. I will put the Russians in my fold and compare them with the amazing Bobby Edwards again with this NC State. And Jerry, not too bad yourself. I guess what we had, Miami, Florida, they came out of the box a little slow. Hurricane seems to be my theme and Bobby's theme. The Hurricanes were really slow. They didn't play the week before. They were a little sloppy. And then it was just men against the boys in the second half. They just crushed job in the second half. Same thing with the Huskies. They don't have a hurricane excuse. But I don't know what they did. They kind of sleepwalked through the first quarter. Colorado, looked like the better team. I dozed my eyes off. It was like 3-0, and then all of a sudden it was like 37-10. That's the kind of games I'm used to with you, Jerry. Yeah. And then Bobby, you threw the Skins in there after we had a little rough morning. And the funny thing is, the rough morning was the home dogs were just killing it. And I think they're probably going to build another casino out there in Vegas with the amount of money the public lost there. But everybody went chasing with the Raiders. And as Bobby Edwards says to me, they got no shot. Home dog. Here we go. One more time. Just put it all in. And that's what we did, man. So, like I said, I'm trying to get some new guys in the fold, checking on the property. And then what do you guys think?
Yeah, Bobby, you came through.
I like the Russian thing, that's for sure, right? Anytime the Russians are involved in something, I remember 5 years ago, Jerry and I got involved with some Russians out in Vegas. These guys won like 21 out of 24 games. So, they love to gamble. We have a Chinese contact,
one
too.
Stone, man.
Yeah, no, that's why you're around. Other than, kind of keeping stats on services like ours, thankfully you're on our side when it comes to also gathering information. Jerry and I have a Chinese contact that, the Chinese love to gamble. Anybody who's in the gambling business know the Chinese love their gambling. And, the Wang brothers that have been around for years, these guys, they're older than dirt. But, when they come to Vegas or Reno and they start, putting down some big money on the games, they've been in bed with Billy Walters for 10 years. Anybody who knows Billy Walters, you can Google him, big-time player, bets $250,000 on a game on an average.
Yeah.
Usually bets 7 figures on the Super Bowl. He's just one of the, even 60 Minutes did a little expose on Billy Walters. But that guy, with the Wang brothers from China, if you can get in bed with those guys somehow and find out some of their picks, we could
Definitely.
basically take the whole season and maybe not lose a game. I mean, I talk about that like it's fantasy land, but you never know, especially if you're just betting one big game.
These Russian guys, they're on fire. They invited me to a poker game, so I was sitting down. I'm working the contact. I think we're going to get them in the fold. And if I get those plays with your guys' plays, I mean, the sky is the limit. So you guys got to get in. You got to get in. Yep. You got to take advantage of what we got. I mean, we have, like I said, I don't handicap a game. I watch football. I know football. Right. I write the stats down, but I'm not a handicapper. I don't know who the hell's going to win. But when Bobby Edwards tells me NC State plus 350-ish, I'm not quite sure what you guys got at
344 wound up being...
Okay, so 344. I jump all over it. And again, I'm going to give Bobby some value. I say, hey, the Russians run this. What do you think? And that's the kind of thing. We're like a think tank of handicappers, We put everything on the table. We sit there. Who likes what? Who doesn't like what? And then we come up with the final product, and it is unbelievable. So I'm happy that I can help out. You guys don't need that much help, but I can refine it just enough where we are the best place out there.
Well, listen, if we can get an extra winner a weekend on top of what we're doing, I mean, let's just face it, even on top of 80 grand, if we could turn the 80 to 160 or 8 to 16,000, with one extra game, that's great, man. That's a lot of extra money. So, the people that are listening to the show, this is what we mean by gathering information. I mean, we're not talking to coaches and players. Anybody who says that or pitches you that, they had lunch with an offensive coordinator, run for the hills. Nothing like that happens. But having somebody, when I'm in Vegas, that I know bets 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 on a game, and they only bet one game a week, and I can get that, that's what we're talking about getting for you. It's not, again, everybody wants to bet Alabama laying 40 and, Clemson laying 30, and those are great. They're going to cover 55% of the time. But if you want an NC State that's going to win outright on the money line, that's what you're paying for. 888-484-4626. There's a lot of information that we have today and tomorrow. And like we said, Chris is one of those guys out there doing a lot of flying around, but he knows a lot of people. And again, he's kind of monitoring these services. That's his main gig. So, he knows how good we are and how consistent we are. All right, Jerry?
Yeah, and Chris, one thing that you said on Sunday after the Redskins game was over, it was late at night, and you said to me, you know what impresses me? That you could have a bad afternoon and then just take your time, step back, analyze the games, and come back with a win. And that's the main thing. Winning and losing is important. But the most important thing, Chris, is after you lose a game, to be able to come back and win and analyze the games and have enough of ability to step back and give a winner. You know what I'm saying? In other words, not be afraid to give a 3-point underdog, where most people would want to lay the chalk because they feel more comfortable laying the big number. We come back with an underdog because we don't change our system, whether we're up 30,000 or down 30,000. We bet the games the same way and we handicap them the same way, and we don't try to change anything because a lot of people, they try to change things when they're losing, and that's not good.
Yeah, well, like you said, the chase mode is definitely chalking over, favoriting over. So all these guys that were buried, is Vegas is laughing at everybody, and then they come in and bet the Raiders in the over, and they're like, we can't get enough. What Bobby said, skins. He told everyone skins, and I was there. I was a believer, and the funny thing is that's how you get out. You don't chase with these favorites. Right. Bobby said home underdog in the best spot imaginable. He just kept talking it up, and you put the finishing touches on it. Yeah, and that's how we get out, and that's how we look good, and then everyone else is buried. But that's,
well, it also helps.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Chris, I'm sorry. It also helps, though, that you watch the day's games, right? You watch 8 hours of football, and you see all these home dogs. Okay, so now looking at Washington's, they're not a crappy team. I mean, the Raiders, again, West Coast to East Coast, they don't play well against the NFC East. They're going to have to play the Cowboys and the Giants in Philly. And I guarantee you they'll be 1-3 after those 4 teams. But, seeing the day as all these dogs were covering, again, why not? Why couldn't Washington at home, take care of Oakland getting 3? So just common sense, but on top of that, information also helps. But these are the things that we look at. This is why the public has to understand that that's what we do. We look at the trends, what's happening during the day, and believe me, sometimes it does work its way into the night game. So, all this information helps. I know people sometimes are just focused on the game they're betting or their favorite team, but if you're going to wager big money, you need somebody like us to really dissect this the proper way. 888-484-4626.
All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to wrap up the show, but I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day and giving us a call, Chris, and we'll talk to you a little bit after the show is over, and I'm going to have you run down and take care of a couple of games for us in a little bit. But I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. I know that you got a little bit trashed with the hurricane down there with your rental property, so thank you for taking time out of your busy day to call in, and I will talk to you later on. And again, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, perfect, man. You don't have to thank me for anything. For all the stuff you do for me, I mean, the plays that I get from your office, this is a cake. You don't have to thank me for anything. I'm thanking you guys. But yes, take care, man, and we'll run these games down after your show's over.
Okay. All right, you got it. Thanks for calling in again. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, so there you go, Bobby. There's, that's Chris Young. Now, here's a guy, folks, that he handicaps the handicappers, and all he does is he keeps his eye on the handicappers and finds out who's doing well and who's doing not. And for those of you that are just listening to us for the first time, this is an hour-long infomercial on how to make money betting on sports, okay? We're an hour-long show on how to make money betting on sports. And like your stockbroker will tell you what stocks to buy and sell. We tell you what games to bet on based on our expertise. I've been doing this since 1984. Bobby's been doing it since 1988. So we've been both doing it for a combination of like 40, 45 years between us. So again, this is an hour-long show on how to make money betting on sports, and like your stockbroker will tell you what stocks to buy and sell, we tell you what games to bet on. And we got about 3 minutes left in the show, Bobby. Chris is a guy that, as I was telling the listeners, he sits there and he analyzes just the sports handicappers. He'll tell you who's doing well and who's doing bad, and he knows who's doing what and who's betting the dogs, who's winning and who's losing.
No, he's a valuable part. I mean, for him to be able to monitor, 300-400 companies, legitimately. I mean, some people say they're a monitoring service. We dealt with this back in the 90s and the early 2000s where people said they were monitoring services, and what was happening was a lot of these services were paying these monitoring services to say how great they were doing. So you got to be careful. I mean, it's the gambling business. There's a lot of shaky things out there. We try to be as transparent as possible. That's why we talk about games that lost. I mean, everybody can go on air, whether it's a show before us or a show after us. I've won 18 in a row. I'm hitting 90%. Nobody's doing that well. It's just impossible.
Especially this weekend when all those home dogs won.
Yeah, I mean listen,
nobody that won every game.
Yeah, we got burnt a few times.
We had a couple losers last Saturday. We had the Browns and the Panthers last Saturday.
Yeah,
we don't win every game.
We had a couple crappy games. It's going to happen. But in the long run, the people that have been with us that can, withstand a loss or two and they hang in there, they know they're going to make money. All the people that have been on this show before didn't come out of the gate, 10-0. They had a couple of ups and downs, but they hung in there. They knew that this is not, an exact science. We don't have a crystal ball. I don't have tomorrow's newspaper, but you're getting a lot of, between Jerry and I, like we said before, you're getting a lot of experience. I mean, we could be odds makers. We know how to guess these lines, what they're going to be. We could do this all the time. Jerry can give me 2 basketball games out right now that are going to start in November, and I'll tell you what the spread's going to be, and I'll be right within a point or two. Yeah. Okay? But that doesn't mean we want to be odds makers. That just means we know what the spread should be. Right. So when we see a spread that's way off, those are the games that we look at and say, why? Definitely. Why is this team laying 7 on the road? Okay? Why is Miami favored at New York? They're never favored at the Jets. Again, okay, I'm just throwing one game out there. So, but the spreads in the NFL are way off, okay? And our job is to look at the game and say, why is that spread like that? It should never be like that. I don't care what these two teams did last first year. You have to look at what they've done in the last 5 years, especially division rivals, Browns and Pittsburgh, Chiefs, Raiders. You have to look at how they do overall. And there's, there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, Jerry? When two teams play each other, rivalries. It always is. I mean, Giants and the Cowboys and the Skins, especially the NFC East. Yeah. So, the Jets always play Miami tough, okay? The Jets always play New England tough, no matter how good they are. And I'm a Jet fan, but I know when to go with them and when to go against them. 888-484-4626. Pick up the phone. Let's make a lot of money this weekend starting today.
All right, that concludes our show for Saturday, September 30th. But before we go, I want all listeners to pick up the phone and give us a call. Right now, I got 6 free winners for today. 3 for today, rather, and 3 for tomorrow. I have the winner today of Syracuse, NC State, Marshall, Cincinnati, and Mississippi, Alabama. For tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals, Browns, the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bills, Falcons. 6 winners free for calling. 888-484-4626. 888-484-G-MAN. Also, the $80,000 bankroll games. If you want to make 8 times your money today and tomorrow, okay, I will turn 1,000 into 8,000, 10,000 into 80,000, 5,000 into 40,000, whatever you want to make it to 8 times the money. All you got to do is use code 777 when you call in. 888-484-G-MAN. 888-484-4626 is the number. Call us right now, all right, and we will make you 8 times your money this weekend. Again, use code 777, and I'll make you 8 times your money this weekend. Code 777 for the bankroll games, and you'll speak to me or Bobby. We'll get you on the bankroll games. 888-484-G-MAN. Last but not least, you get a $3.99 special out there. For $399, you're going to get a whole month of football service. 1 month of football for $399. And while you're at it, you're also going to get the rest of the baseball season free with that. Again, just ask for the $3.99 special, and you will get a month of service for $399. And we'll get you on a month of service. Plus, you will get the baseball for free. So again, for a month of service, ask for the $3.99 special. 888-484-G-MAN. 888-484-4626. Last but not least, 888-484-G-MAN is the number. And if you want to listen to the show in its entirety, just go to the website and listen to the show in its entirety. www.jerrywins.com. www.jerrywins.com. You're listening to the Sports Advisors. Thanks for listening this week, and we'll see you back here next week. Same time, same channel. See you next week.